Live from the Big Beefy Man Cave in New Bedford, Massachusetts. This is the YouTube channel vlog show in which video games, flash game show gameplays, along with sports and wrestling news are the norm. This is the YouTube channel vlog show of positivity, good times, and fun. This is Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. And now, here's the host of the show, the perpetrator of these shenanigans, Big Beefy E himself, Mr. Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer. Lovely intro once again. And thank you for being on the show. That's right. Guys, this is my Big Beefy Man Cave. And this is Big Beefy E you're talking to here. And this is my channel. And this is my show. This is my channel vlog show. It's called Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. This is episode 135 of the show. Great to have you here, everyone, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful, lovely Saturday afternoon. It is 4:39 p.m., November the 5th, 2022. Today is my dad's birthday, so happy birthday, Dad. He's 70 years old, man. You know, I'll tell you one thing, he is a blessing and a half to have around. And, you know, and I'm very blessed. Me and my family are very blessed to have him in our lives, and you know what? He's a very, very strong person and very good. He has his moments, but you know what? Who hasn't? You know, we're not perfect people here. You know what I'm saying? But I love my dad. I'm really proud of him. You know, turning 70 is a big thing for us, and it should be a big thing for him. But he's having a great time. You know, my father's not the type of person to be celebrated and all that. But you know what? You know, he wants to be humble, and that's why, you know, the humility. You know, he does not like all the glory and all that. But you know what? I love my dad. You know, I'm really proud of him and what he's done, you know, over the years for us, for our family, indeed. But if he had not listened to God, I think, well, I wouldn't be here today, you know, doing this show and all that. It's all because of my father, you know. All because he listened to God. And it's very, very important that you listen to the right, good and right people. Sometimes, you know, there are people out there that give you bad advice. Sometimes you trust them, and all of a sudden they give you advice. Sometimes bad advice, you're like, oh, geez, here we go, you know. What I mean? So, yeah, stay strong, guys, okay? Just, you know, a lot has happened. Also, I just found out on Twitter that the younger brother of Backstreet Boys, Nick Carter, Aaron Carter, had passed away at the age of 34. Way too young. Addiction is a really, really bad thing. I think, I'm sure addiction has something to do with it. You know, I was kind of shocked to hear that. I was like, what? I was kind of, because Caleb Braxton tweeted it. I'm like, what? I was kind of shocked because I didn't think that was going to happen. Because, you know, it's not when it came out of nowhere. It's like I'm watching Crown Jewel, and all of a sudden this happened. I'm like, holy cow! So, yeah, life's too short, people. You know, and be careful what you do out there, and be careful what you say out there, and be careful out there. That's my sister Jasmine. Pay no heed to her. She's singing. She can't sing a lick, but that's okay. She's my sister, and I love her, and she's funny. So, anyways, yeah, I'm trying to kill some time here. Let's talk about what happened last night on AEW Rampage. Mike Tyson arrived on Rampage to do some color commentary. With his first matchup, the All-Atlantic title, a dream matchup, as Orange Cassidy defends the title against Katsuyori Shibata. That's right, Shibata. And Orange Cassidy did retain the title. The two shook hands after the matchup. And then, as Orange Cassidy takes off his glasses and puts it on Shibata, which is like a goodwill. I like that. You know, I like Orange Cassidy. He's so super cool. And they stood together acting like they're totally cool dudes, you know. I thought it was totally great. Lexi Nair interviewed one of my favorite ladies of AEW, Toni Storm. And Toni Storm was addressing Jamie Hayter. As you know, Toni Storm and Jamie Hayter are going to face each other at Full Gear for the AEW Interim Women's Championship, which Toni Storm has in her possession for the time being. And see what happens. I know there's a big issue in the women's division, big time. You know, Thunder Rosa been called out a lot. You know, a lot of things are happening. I don't know what's going on with her, but I'm hoping everything is okay. But I think Tony Khan is really I stepped into it this time. I mean, you want to be part of if you want to be part of the wrestling business, you're gonna have to. You cannot be everybody's friend though. That's a difficult decision to make. I'm always been having a goal of meeting new friends, having a good time, being positive. When it comes to professional wrestling, man, it's a whole different ball game. I'm gonna tell you. But anyways, and then it was before the commercial break, and I love Tony Storm's new hairdo. I mean, it's like reminiscent of Marilyn Monroe back in the day. Let me tell you, and she looks gorgeous. So that's why I like about Tony Storm. Lexi Nair interviewed the BCC. In fact, they're still ticked off at the Jericho Appreciation Society and what they're trying to do to Ring of Honor. And as Claudio Castagnoli was part of Ring of Honor at one time before he joined the WWE as Cesaro, while Wheeler Yuta is also was part of the organization. So I think they're after the Jericho Appreciation Society. As a result, women's tag team action: Madison, Rayne, and Skye Blue went up against Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, and Jamie Hayter, and and then Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter won the matchup after some chicanery. And then Britt Baker grabs the microphone, calls out Tony Storm. Tony Storm comes in, punches Rebel in the face, attacks Baker and then Hayter. But then as Tony Storm was about to hit Hayter with her Storm Zero move, Britt Baker nails Storm with a title belt. And then Tony Schiavone interviewed Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara about what Chris Jericho's next mission is as the Ocho, the Ring of Honor World Champion. Sammy Guevara said nothing at the time. Ricky Starks addresses the crowd about what his next mission, and he's thinking about entering the World Title Eliminator Tournament. So he's got a mission of his own to become the champion. And Tony Schiavone interviewed Sammy Guevara about being upset about losing to Bryan Danielson. He said, "I'm about to tell you what, 2 out of 3 falls matchup. That is going to happen." Mark Henry interviewed the Gates of Agony and WarJoe. The Gates of Agony are part of the Embassy. Khan and Toa Leona against... But Wardlow was not in the mood to talk. He wanted to... says, "Hey, listen, I'm focused on Powerhouse Hobbs." So, then they had the matchup. But, even Samoa Joe did not have any qualms about Wardlow. And I think he respects Wardlow. So Samoa Joe, the Ring of Honor Television Champion, and Wardlow, the AEW TNT Champion, they went at it. I mean, this was a fight. This was a fight between these two, WarJoe and Gates of Agony. In the end, WarJoe did win the matchup. And then after the matchup, as Wardlow was celebrating, Powerhouse Hobbs shows up, and he didn't like this, and they started exchanging words. Wardlow from the ring entrance was Powerhouse Hobbs. It was a crazy matchup. And I'm surprised they didn't have Mike Tyson interact with any of the wrestlers while on commentary. So that's a crazy thing to do. And I'm telling you, it's totally insane. But whatever, it happens. And who knows? I would, like I said, I think seeing Tony Storm, and a lot of people have been talking about the AEW Women's Division, how it's in huge I think it's in huge turmoil. You know why? I blame Tony Khan for that, because Tony Khan needs to learn how to get the Women's Division, get all the talent under control. I think the whole CM Punk situation has thrown AEW for a loop, to be honest with you. Knocked AEW for a loop, and also the departure of Cody Rhodes, who headed back to the WWE, has, I think both of those situations combined has thrown AEW for a loop, and that's probably knocked them for a loop. And I think that's why I think AEW isn't the way it is now. I feel bad for the folks that left the WWE for AEW. I think they realize, and some of them have been trapped under AEW contract and probably will not. But I'm sure when their contract is up or decided to, like Adam Cole's contract and all that, I'm sure the majority of them will go back to the WWE now that Vince says he's finished with the company. He's finished, running the company. I think he's trusted his company with Nick Khan, Stephanie McMahon, and Triple H. I think it's going to be So, but and if some of the ladies want to go there, that's fine. I don't mind seeing Tony Storm come back to the WWE and say, "Oh, Triple H, I'm sure Tony Storm will probably utilize more." Who knows for sure? But I don't know for sure what's going to happen for the next couple of years for AEW. So we'll see. We'll see. You know what I mean? It's a big, huge thing, and so that is all the time we have on this show, episode 135. Episode 136, I'm going to talk about what happened on Crown Jewel. I've written everything here. So I'm hoping that you guys tune in for that. Until then, until this next episode comes around, guys, I wish you guys blessings and love. And I'm hoping that you tune into the next episode. So until then, Mr. Announcer, please take us home. Will you guys? Peace out and love, and do it for Bob Saget. I'll see you. That is all for today's episode. This is Mr. Lima speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E, do it for Bob Saget production, and in association with a Sweet Bumbling Bofo Raver Telepictures and Distribution. See you next episode, and have a very blessed day.